The following podcast contains mature language and adult discussion.
Wrestlingus Show. Yeah, we back, boy. Wrestlingus Show. Fuck those we ignore. Wrestlingus Show. Too hard for the meat. Wrestlingus Show. On the air every week. Wrestlingus Show.
It's the AEW show, better known as the Wrestlingus Show. Well, I don't want to get it twisted and make people think that we only do an AEW show or anything here, Faust.
Right.
This is where we do two different shows to review a week. And when there's pay-per-view, we do even more on patreon.com/LingusMafia. But this show right here, this is going to be your AEW review. Very emotional AEW review, by the way. I'm Kev
Special
Manning.
edition.
That's Fausty Walnuts.
Yes, maybe we should use our Excalibur
You have to
in
be
the main
somber
event,
and not go 100 miles an hour when you talk. Now, here's the funniest thing, Faust, which I'll reveal early in the show. Suit. I texting with Suit. And first of all, he texts me in the middle of this fucking show where the rule is to tread lightly. We've said this.
Right.
Motherfucker says something, and I go, you fucking asshole, what happened to tread lightly? And he's like, oh, fuck it. Well, I didn't say anything too fucking bad. And I said, wait until there is something bad, and I fucking call Target to find out your hours to make sure you're not watching, and I fuck you. I said, I'm the Harry Dunn of wrestling, Faust. You toss a nice little snowball, I want to fucking smash you. So I told him, I said, tell me the truth. I said, you fucking cried by the end of this, didn't you? Don't tell a lie like I know you like to do a lot. Mm-hmm. And he goes, I admit, I shed a tear watching it. And I go, you know what? I shed a tear because I know now you will never have pussy your entire life. And it made me shed a tear, Faust. I see these tweets by our poor guy. This Faust, he's not that nigga, as he like to say. Faust. He's not. Every tweet is about a fucking Habushi or whatever the fuck I'm like, it's all Japan. It's all fucking, it's wrestling. And I go, nowadays, Faust, we didn't have Twitter back then. I think I would have commented during shows. Mm-hmm. I mean, I would have been trying to, finagle some ass. I don't know if he gives a shit. I think that interview was a lie where he said he would rather have pussy over wrestling, Faust. There's no way.
You a lie.
You a lie. You am a liar. Break out that fucking Tootsie Roll. You want to fuck. He's been the fucking shucking his carrot. What are you talking about? So,
hey, guys.
Yeah, I go, I shed a fucking tear, Faust. He ain't looking for no fucking pussy. We know this. I try to say he's the black cab from back in the day. No. I was still fucking after it, Faust. I was still going. However, I was saying, fuck getting pussy when a pay-per-view was on. But Faust, it wasn't like that was my only ever option during the pay-per-view.
Right. If
that was my only ever option and it was during a pay-per-view, probably I don't mind getting rid of a pay-per-view.
You hit record.
Faust, 100. I set the clock timer on the VCR, yes. And I have my scramble box. And I hook it all up.
Make sure the box is on the right channel.
I was going to say, make sure it's on A, not on B,
right.
With the brown fucking wooden box that you... All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into Rampage. The second half will obviously be on Patreon, which will be Dynamite, which we will talk about, and I will guarantee you. I said I think a month, and Mark Briscoe will be the world champion, but we'll get there. Rampage, Jungle Boy versus Ego. Matt Hardy is the slave at ringside. Now it's white slavery. Faust, by the way, where's Dino and Christian?
Who?
Dino the dinosaur and Christian. Exactly. I'm like, there's certain ones that, like I mentioned to you, the Shanky. Where the hell is he? And you completely like, oh yeah, fuck, he's gone.
Yeah. When Jungle Boy comes out, of course we got Jericho on commentary. And the crowd likes to sing along to his song. Jericho goes, I hate it when people sing to the wrestlers' music. And I'm just like rolling my eyes. I know it's,
Yeah, I mean
him, but meanwhile, that's his whole gimmick. He fucking sits there and basks in it.
That's his fucking contribution on there. So we get Ego yelling, "I'm going to slap some tits." How about this, Faust? And they even mention it when he says this. Okay. Hook shows up on stage. It distracts. Anyone who shows up on stage, apparently, it distracts somebody. We get to that later on, too.
This is such a WWE thing. It's like, oh, I hear music.
And Faust,
I can't concentrate on what's going on in the ring.
And it's the cornet reaction.
I guess I'm going to get rolled up now.
I've been dag nabbit, I've been rolled up.
You try a regular roll up during the match, you kick out. But if it's off a distraction, I mean, you're gone. All your energy is drained.
So Eagle rolls up Jungle Boy and holds Matt's ponytail to get
funny.
So Matt turned around and goes, "Get your fucking hand." He pulls a fucking a Jamie Foxx, right, Faust? "Get your fucking hands off me."
I wish Matt's hair would have fell out.
That would be great. A big clump of fucking shit. And then it gets reversed. Jungle Boy wins. Ego says, "Next week, me and Matt are going to tag up versus Jungle Hook." Okay. Tony interviews Ortiz in the ring.
Hold on. One other thing. So Stokely's all pissed off, right?
Yeah.
So he puts Matt and Isaiah on timeout, and JR groans. He's like, "Oh, shut up."
Oh.
Well, this Stokely, he thinks he's Ernie Ladd out there. He thinks he's 7 feet tall.
Yeah, I love when they throw in these 100-year-old fucking people. "I'd rather fight a man than make love to a woman." That's fucking Suits. "I'd rather watch a man than make love to a woman."
There you go.
Faust, we're going to steal Suits' image where he's like this with a smile on the... Faust, it's the title of the show. You're right. "I'd rather watch a man than make love to a woman." Tony interviews Ortiz in the ring. Ortiz says he doesn't know who Eddie is. He was going to hit a woman with a chair, as we talked about last week. That bullshit. And they tried to edit it so it looked a little quicker than it was, where he had the chair in his hand.
Right.
But he wants to talk face to face, so he calls Eddie out. Comes out with a chair, Faust.
Eddie's like, "Why you got to do this shit out here? You couldn't talk to me in the back."
And Eddie's doing a good job, Faust. I've liked him ever since ROH. And he's doing not on the mic, so it's more realistic. Like, he's like,
Yes.
"Dude, why are you doing this?" And he's like, "I'm not going to hit a woman." He said, "Your parents raised you like this. I know your parents. They didn't. And you're a fake tough guy." So Eddie go, "Okay, blah," if I can give him a shot. I said, "Good. Let's go, Eddie." And we know Ortiz is going to be the bad guy, right?
I think that's where we're going.
Yes. This is the whole swerve where it's "Hey, fucking Luger, you sold out to Ted DiBiase, and I'm Tatanka." Willie Mack versus Brian Cage.
Oh boy.
Faust, see if you get this. I don't know if get this thought in my head. Willie is 2 weeks away from not being able to do any of these flips and moves. He was in RCH past every single thing he needed to do. It scraped his balls when he did a leapfrog. He would do a flip over and his hair would scrape the guy on the way past. He is 2 weeks away from going, "I am flop dollar." He is that close to it.
I mean, he's a big dude.
He's a big boy.
Like, "Fuck this, I let my gut hang out." I mean, we saw him
Remember
wrestle
Cage,
here.
our friend Cage,
Right.
jerked off to Willie Mack all the time. Why would they let him go? And I go, who wants this?
And the funny thing is the first time I ever saw Keith Lee, when he showed up at NXT and they show him in the crowd, and they're like, "Oh, Keith Lee's here." Now, I've never saw him.
Me neither.
Because I don't follow any of that shit. I'm like, "Who's this Keith Lee? He looks like a poor man's Willie Mack."
I thought the same.
To Keith Lee.
Yeah, he's a bigger Willie Mack that can do more. Yeah. Apologize. Did you send the card for? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And then Jericho says, "Oh, these two recently had a match on Dark where Cage won." I'm like, "Oh, cool. So why are we having this match again?"
He does the warrior fucking problem with Hogan. "We fought before." Why are you saying that? I always laughed at Hogan and then would cry about Warrior saying that on. And I go, "Like, nobody knows you're selling this match on that you had a match. What the fuck?" All right, who cares about this match, by the way? Like, Cage is not going to win, right?
They're just building up Cage because he has a match against Bryan on Dynamite.
Now here, Faust, this is from a tweet that I had last week. Everybody go to at Lingus Mafia to see this. Jade and Layla versus the Vanity Sisters, which I write LOL afterwards. Vanity. 2 pigs in the fucking ring, Faust. Nip slips the entire fucking match. And this is recorded, and they did not get rid of. I would see because they were jostling jiggly tits, right? Those fucking sloppy. If you do this too much, they're gonna end up out. And fucking tube socked fucking Jones.
Who's the other sister? Was it the Renegade Sisters?
Yes, it is. Another twins.
I couldn't have been them. To
Faust, that's why the Bellas are in the Hall of Fame. They've opened the door for all fucking twins. Oh, fuck. So, okay. Nip slips all day, so go check our Twitter out. I tweeted a picture of it because she's like pulling that shit up constantly. These big fucking Hershey chocolate fucking kisses falling out.
So it says Jade's 49-0, so I guess the tag team matches count for
her? They do, because she's like, I don't want my loss. I don't want my loss. She's always talking about this. So we're right at this. Finally, somebody's going to show up, right? Someone's got to fucking do something for 50. This is what we're gearing for.
What did you think of this segment where they cut to the announce table and JR's talking about, I got a passion for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I just want to wish them good luck on their game this weekend. Oh, look, I got my new sweatshirt on.
That is, I know it was odd where he's like, this is my team now, and you're like, jerk off to Oklahoma. Go back to fucking. What are you talking about? You're not an NFL team guy. You don't need
a brown nose to Tony.
Big time brown nose, and you know what? Not a fucking word is said since then. Them losing, is there?
No.
Yeah. So who cares about this match? Obviously, we know. I guess the new thing now is Mark Henry saying enough talk after a video.
Yeah, it was like
they show a video and he goes, "There's enough talk." What?
Yeah, there's your pre-tape. So we had Andretti and Garcia.
So Mario Andretti versus Daniel Garcia. Garcia is the oddliest. He can't like walk. Like he looks like he walks weird, and these leather pants are shit. Yeah, this. Like it's just fucking weird. And like, you know what? I go to that Vince stuff where a guy needs to look like you can't beat him up. And Faust, 10 out of 10, I am beating Garcia up. There is not a question.
The airport test is another thing.
True. Yeah. You know, instead of him being punked out in line and you cut in front of him, that's who he is. But yeah, he might be Mr. Wrestler, Grappler, this and that. Faust, I do not think he would have enough strength to hold me. If he like locked me into something right with his hand, I literally think I could just pull his hands apart and say, what the fuck are you doing? You know, one of those things. I'd be like Bobby Heenan when Pillman grabbed him by the neck. What the fuck are you doing? I would turn around.
It did look better in the leather pants, I will say.
You think that looked better?
Oh, instead of wearing those leggings he wears?
I thought they just looked like they didn't fit. Like he shit his pants, like it was hang off his ass. Like it just, and he walked weird. I'm not a fucking guy. I'm not into it. It's not for me. So this is your fucking main event.
Yeah, I saw.
What is there to say about it?
Speaking of suit, I saw he was. I don't know if he was defending Andretti because I saw him tweet something about like, oh, what do you want from Andretti? Everybody, I don't know if people were shitting on him.
I don't know, personality probably.
It's not like he's main eventing pay-per-views or TV or anything. I'm like, well, he main evented Rampage.
You know what though? He says it's reverse. He says the first match is the main event in Rampage.
Oh, okay.
That's what he said.
Here's another thing I found funny. So on Rampage, it says Andretti's 1-0, right? He beat Jericho. We fast forward to Dynamite, and it says he's 7-0. And they're like, oh, he picked up some wins this weekend. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I saw that where they talked about it. They were like, oh, yeah. And I go, 50 dark matches. You know, come on. But he's an in shape guy. He's a small guy. You know, he's in shape but short and small, all that shit. And it is what it is.
Yeah, it's something about Andretti.
Yeah, I think it's personality.
Good.
But when he's talked to, I go, well, it's not horrible. It's just, it isn't that it.
He looks
crap.
like a heel to me.
You know what? He could be like a smarmy fucking asshole.
He looks like, I think what the kids these days would call a fuck boy.
The kid, your son walk up to you and go, these fuck boys in third grade.
Like, he's probably the type of guy that says, oh, man, that match was bussing.
Oh, no, bussing. Is that the new one? Bussing?
For real. On God.
I thought busing was where you had to bus the blacks to fucking school. Isn't that it? Busing.
Bussin. B-U-S-S-I-N.
Okay, not busing. I got you.
Bussin.
Faust, I'm 40. What am I, 7 now?
know.
Yeah,
Try to
something
keep
like
up
that.
with the lingo.
And you know
No
what?
cap.
And I'm glad I
No
was
cap.
in my era. We weren't pussified. Nobody was canceling anyone. The most you could cancel, Faust, was you go, I'm going to tell my mom. That was your cancel. Oh, shit. Please, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, all right, let's go over. We're going to hit up Dynamite because there's a lot more to talk about over there, Faust. Okay, so let's leave our people and we're going to go over the Patreon right now. Patreon.com/Lingus Mafia is where you want to go. We'll see you next time, unless you're over there, and we're going to see it right now.
I am Dante.
This is Cav Manning from the Lingus Mafia podcast and host of the Wrestlingus Show. Why would you listen to the same old run-of-the-mill wrestling review show? Instead, listen to the Wrestlingus Show. We bust balls and say what you're thinking.
Black shows up and spooges in Julia's face. I don't know why she's
COVID
freaked
in her
out.
face.
You know this is old hat.
And that was a light one compared to what she's
was.
probably used.
Yeah.
We dove deep into Aaliyah's debut.
She pukes all over her tits.
Like she spit up a bowl of soup or something, tomato soup.
What should Dewdrop's flying crossbody be called?
Beware of the hog splash.
Go to patreon.com/Lingus Mafia and sign up for as little as $5. To find out where to listen to some of these shows for free, go to Twitter @Lingus Mafia.
Faust, you know what? I always I need to apologize to the Mafia because there's no way I could get him laid. Faust, I think I can if he was a willing participant. I truly think he wants nothing to do with my fucking plan.
Yeah.
He would have been taking me up on this. He would have been trying. We would have been doing something. I think he is content to have his dick dry and not sucked dry, just dry, chafed. A little bit of fucking man axe being squeezed onto it while you fucking chug one off. I think this is what goes
do black
on.
people you know how they get ashy elbows? Do they get ashy dick too if it's not used?
Probably balls, I would
Ashy
think.
balls.
Ashy balls. I mean, it's in
Ashy
a closed, stinky area, so it probably keeps moist. And you know what, Faust? His dick is pristine, I'm sure, because he's been jerking off with lotion for so fucking long. It's got a layer of moisture. Welcome to the roast of Suit Williams. Faust, maybe that's a new segment for the fucking different
Does he
tiers.
use
The
cocoa
roast
butter?
of cocoa butter to jerk off. Suit, let me know. Let us know. All right, everybody, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the show. Go patreon.com/Lingus Mafia if you want to move up a tier or be on it at all. That's what we ask.
Bonus show that's coming up. Bonus show.
Yeah, it is, because it is Royal Rumble. So we will be doing a bonus show. Maybe Sunday morning, Faust. Is your game? What time is your game? Is it morning or
Noon. High noon.
Faust? We could do Rumble then. Hell, we could do Rumble afterwards if you wanted to. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Play it by ear. See what you're up to.
Yeah,
see what
we'll
I'm
see
up to.
what's up.
I will be by myself. The Duchess will not be here. So Faust,
No.
we could do
It
it.
was just you and the Millie Cat.
Me and the Millie Cat. That's it. And the Oculus and the
I'd
golfer.
say a boys' weekend, but
A boys and a pussy weekend. There you go.
there you go.
I'm
Me and my pussy.
I'm Cav. Over there is Faust. We'll see you next week.